Hey everybody, this is James with wstrades.com. I want to provide an update here on some different tickers and also talk about a new trade that I got into this week. So first, taking a look at AMC, I've had this downtrend line drawn up here for a while. I want to say I threw it up in September of last year, because they made this crazy run up to 72, had a hard pullback, and then it rallied up to this level and rejected it. So I threw up that trend line there, and they've pretty much for the most part been respecting it ever since. You see a couple little fake outs and runs here above it, but then it took a move back down, and really on this daily time frame, just continuing to make lower lows and lower highs. You see a little bit here where it's kind of tucked within a range and looked like it was in consolidation mode when it was trying to hold that 35, but then fell through it and just continuing to work lower. Again, it's looking like a little bit of a consolidation phase here, but it did break this level here around 1450. So it looked like it was trying to hold that 1450, but then a couple days ago, I guess, ended up falling below that. And now it's trying to rally back above that. So I think to the upside, the first thing is that 1450 level that's going to be key. You know, if we're going to turn this thing around and actually get this thing into an uptrend, it's got to break and close above that 1450 level, which is looking like it may happen today, as this thing is trading at 1470, 1471 right now. So if it can break above that level, that's a good first sign. The second thing here that's a barrier is this 21-day EMA. But then this downtrend line is the ultimate sign that we're going to be out of this downtrend, because this thing could break above 1450. It could break this 21-day EMA and go on a little run here, you know, and maybe climb up to like $20 or something. But if it rejects that level again and starts to come down, then I think it's probably going to come down to retest this low here, whatever this low is here of around $13 or so. So yeah, I think those are some key levels to the upside there. And then to the downside, yeah, now that we're going to be opening probably above this 1450 level here, you know, keep an eye on that to the downside. If this thing does start to sell off again and closes back below that 1450 level, then I think we're just going to continue to bleed out and continue to make lower lows. That would be, you know, making a new lower low on this daily time frame. Let's check out a few other tickers here. I was looking at IDEX, which is Ideanomics. Looks like this one's going to open a little higher here today. Bid ask right now is putting it somewhere around 87 cents. Closed at 85 cents yesterday. But yeah, this time frame, the daily here, just kind of showing a slow bleed out. Trying to consolidate and bottom out a little bit here. But as you can see, we've got a low here, a lower low here, and a lower low here. So really nothing on this time frame, and the 21-day exponential moving average is also showing, you know, that it's just still having trouble getting above that level, treating it pretty much like a dynamic resistance. You've got a little bit of a rally above it here, but then made a move below, trying to get above it here several times, but just unable to. So I'm not really seeing anything on this daily time frame for this ticker that shows that this downtrend is over either. Then there was one other one here, HYMC, which made some crazy moves here. Yeah, not a lot to see on the daily. Let's dig into maybe the 1 hour here. Okay, so yeah, on this one, on the 1 hour, you could definitely see some trending going on here. I do not want the fib levels. Let me change up my drawing tool really quick. First, I would like to throw up just a trend line here if I can. Yeah, so you can kind of see right here that it started to make big moves, pumped from about 33 cents all the way up to $1.39. So that was a crazy move right there. Pulled back pretty hard, hit this trend line, ripped again, made a new high up here to 264. Another hard pullback, another big retracement. Might be around 61.8 or a little bit more. And then another hard pump up to almost $3. And then a huge pullback from this run here. This thing plugged in. So yeah, that was a big retracement there. I mean, this thing pulled down to this level about $1.17, and then, you know, over a 100% move up to $3, and then pulled all the way back down to 151. So that was a huge retracement. Didn't quite hit a 100% retracement. But a couple levels I'm looking at as this thing is ripping is this uptrend line here. If it continues to sell towards this, what's going to happen here? If it sells and closes below this trend line, I think that would be a good short entry. And then maybe if it could bounce off of that level and the buyers step in and pump this thing on another run, I think that could be a good long entry. And then here is another barrier around 172 to the upside. So, you know, if the buyers can step back into this thing and keep pumping this thing and break it above this 172, I think that's going to be a good sign, because you see a pretty big wick sticking out here, and you know, it rejected that level pretty well. Also wanted to give you an update here on a new trade that I got into. I actually bought a put on ticker QCOM, or Qualcomm Inc. This one is not quite working out for me, but I also have it as kind of a hedge if markets continue to work lower. Kind of looking at the chart and not really seeing much in the way of key support here until you get to down around 125, maybe 120, and just seeing this thing work down. It was looking definitely bearish to me. So I bought a put there for the April monthlies, and of course the thing started to rally. It died off a little bit after I bought the put, and I was up on the trade a bit, but then things just kind of reversed. Kind of went with the market yesterday as the market ripped back, and now futures are up big again early here. So it looks like this thing is going to continue to rally. I think I'm going to hold on to this thing, even though it didn't move in the direction I wanted it to initially. But looking at some of these longer time frames, it's still looking pretty bearish to me. I mean, this thing is so far away from the 21-day EMA. Even if it does rally up a bit, I'm not so sure that it's not going to hit that level, or, you know, hit a downtrend line here and reject it and continue to sell off even more. I'm just not sure that the you know, the markets are out of the woods yet. There's still a lot of stuff going on to cause weakness in the market. So I think I'm just going to hold on to that position and ride it out and see what can happen here. Because if this thing does rally up a little bit, you know, this thing could still end up getting crushed. Futures are up big. We'll kind of see what happens when the market opens, and we'll see if these gains can actually withstand or hold. So I'll continue to keep you guys updated here on this trade on Qualcomm, or ticker QCOM. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this.